Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic the Podcast with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic the Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know who it is. Dre is Reg. We got a special guest with us.
Well, I'll introduce the guest because guest is very, very special to me. I've known her for over 20 plus years, 25 almost. Beautiful woman, beautiful person. Miss Chaiye Moore, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you gentlemen doing today or this evening?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
I'm solid.
And welcome to our platform, Unapologetic. Before we get started, you want to tell a little bit about yourself or no?
Yeah, I can. So I was born in New York, raised here in DC. Went to the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University.
Aggie Pride.
Yes, Aggie Pride all day. Moved back to the DMV area, work for the federal government, and just living life right now, taking it day by day, but all is well, can't complain.
Living life. You want to give out your socials or anything? You want some new followers?
Let's see. Social, Instagram is Ruby Lioness, because it is that favorite season, Leo season. Big ups to the Leos out there. We are the best. So yes.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Finger slip, huh? Dang.
It's ridiculous. We're amazing people.
I'll take your word for it. Dre, what's good with you?
Man, I'm coolin', dog. You already know what's going on with me, man. Out here, my summer. The first part of my summer is ending on Friday, man. So I'm a bit sad about that. I got to put a little man on the plane, but I still got my poo-poo here with me for a few more weeks. So that's a thing.
Okay.
Outside of that, man, work and trying to stay cool, dog. Trying to stay healthy.
Yeah. Well, the healthy part definitely, but
Man.
Stay cool. Most importantly, nigga, it's hot as fuck.
Tell me about it. What's up with you?
I'm good. I'm hurting. I'm sore. I decided to up my cardio to 60 minutes a day. So I did 60 Monday to yesterday and today, and nigga, my legs are
Mush.
And I did leg day Monday. So yeah. But I mean, outside of that, everything is good. It's hot here. I think it was like 99. I was in Charlotte this past weekend, and it was hot and humid the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean, I felt like I was in an oven everywhere I went, but I had a good time.
No better up here, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think this was I think the last time I hung out in Charlotte, like actually really, really hung out and did stuff, I think it's been probably a good year, man. And I had a good time in Charlotte. It's been a while. Still a lot of beautiful women walking around. I was yeah, this is definitely in Augusta, but yeah.
I mean, it's a great state of North Carolina.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a great state. The 12th state at that. But my daughter, she actually got proposed to Friday.
All right, shout out to that.
Absolutely. Let me get a little claps for that. And she said yes. Her and TJ been together, I think, about 6 years now. So, I mean, it was coming. I mean, eventually.
Yeah.
So, that's a good thing. I'm happy for her. Happy that she met somebody that, respects, cares for, loves, and adores her, and took my my grandbaby in as his own as well. So I mean, that's commendable for him.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad to have him, joining the family. So yeah, outside of that, man, everything is everything. I mean, life is good.
Already.
Life is good. We gonna talk sports today?
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk some sports.
Oh,
We'll shout out the Charlotte Hornets winning the Summer League championship. I'm not gonna say I owe Con Connect an apology yet, but we'll see what the season looks like.
but that means on the tip of your tongue. That's fine. Pause. So
he had a decent summer league. He had pretty good.
I'll take back what I said. I didn't even think he would do well in summer league. I'll take it back for now. I'll chop some of it off.
Okay.
Right. I mean, first ever, we ain't won shit in Charlotte ever.
Nope.
Ever. So for
besides the Mayo Bowl.
I mean, shit. Outside of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So shouts out to them. No, seriously, shouts out to them, man.
Absolutely.
Those young boys, man, they got a ring. I mean, hey, you got to take your wins, man.
Mm-hmm.
But Khan did all right, man. He did okay. He did okay. He made some big shots. I didn't know if he would be able to get his shot off. It looked kind of slow to me in college, but I guess I was wrong.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I thought he'd have a little trouble getting his shot off, just based on the difference between the speed of the NBA and how physical it is. But I mean he showed me something. I'm still believe Ace Bailey would have been a better pick, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Did you watch any of All-Star Weekend for the WNBA? Either one of y'all?
I did not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right. I did a little bit. It could have been more enjoyable. I think it's I don't want to see it go along the lines of looking like what the NBA does. WNBA has always had a pretty good All-Star weekend, i.e. like last year, but this year it resembled more of the NBA, far as in no defense being played or nothing. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the t-shirts, right? That they wore.
Pay us
what you owe us.
Pay us what you owe us.
All right. Any thoughts on that?
Well, of course, there's a disparity between male and female, sports and how they're paid. Of course, it's based on kind of the popularity. Female sports are getting more notoriety right now, so they're going to be bringing in more revenue, more profit. So
yeah,
that needs to be increased.
Well, I think it's not. Would I like for them to get paid more? Salary wise, yes. But more importantly, is about what the percentage that they get off of the revenue, and I think they only get 9%, right? The lowest in sports, period, right? And that is a crock of shit. So I think that's the first step, man. They need more. They need more of a percentage, man.
Yeah. They got to fight for that. I think they should. I would be interested to know how the revenue is broken down, because I know I did not notice that the NBA, there are 3 other companies outside of the NBA that's actually funding money into the WNBA to keep it from basically falling apart, because the NBA is in the red every year.
But okay, while this is true, we can't forget about the fact that the NBA was in the red for like 30 damn years.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta back this thing, man, if you want it to work.
Yeah, but the thing with that is kind of like because I definitely think they deserve to get paid. I think the thing is, how much are they trying to? And I think the bigger issue with it is people out there starting bad rumors saying that these women want to get paid like NBA players, which is, I haven't heard not one single woman say that.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't think it. I'm pretty sure it's not true.
And that's not realistic.
Absolutely. So I think that's the issue of, you have these think pieces or talking heads or social media gurus that are spreading that. And I definitely agree with you. The NBA was, on its face for a lot, but I think the NBA also crawled so the WNBA could walk or run too. So I mean, the blueprint is there. It's just, I think it has to start from the inside out for the WNBA, because if you look how they schedule their games, they're competing with the NFL draft. They're competing with the NBA playoffs. Their WNBA games come on while you're at work. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like
Absolutely.
you don't you can barely catch a game.
Absolutely. And
You
I
know,
think I think the blue, like you said, the blueprint is there when it comes down to how they tried to push, Angel Reese
hmm
and Caitlin Clark, a la Magic and Bird,
yeah,
right? So I get it, and on top of it, I don't think it's a coincidence that you know. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, the collective bargaining agreement, they're supposed to go back on it, go back
right.
through it next year. I don't
Mhm.
think that it was a coincidence that they did that, and they set it on pace for both of those young ladies to be in the league. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them at all. At to get everything that they think they deserve. So there was an executive order to put a cap on NIL for college players
Yeah,
for name, image, and likeness.
yeah.
What you think about that?
Well, I think at the end of the day, bro, while I'm happy that these boys are getting paid, right? Like
hmm
that's great. Like, come on, man, let's make this thing fair now. And you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that Middle Tennessee State can compete with Tennessee, can
No.
compete with Vanderbilt, can compete with hell Memphis, right? And I'm just taking Tennessee for example, right?
Yeah.
You got so many other schools in so many different states. The point that I'm making is that you got to make this thing fair across the board, man. You know what I mean, right? Because otherwise, what are
Yeah.
we really doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Because then it'll turn into the have and have nots.
That's what it is right now. It ain't no.
It definitely is. But
That's what.
I mean, if there's no cap, it'll get even worse.
Yeah.
You'll choke the smaller schools out.
Yeah. Shit, they're getting mauled right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, Caitlin Clark was Player of the Year for the WNBA last year. She got the ESPY for that. Um, I'll use your words. I think that's a crock of shit because Asia Wilson had a season for the history books.
The best player in the world, and it's not close.
Yeah,
Just not close.
at all.
And I like Caitlin.
Someone told me they said I was interested. I was by Dre's stance on Caitlin Clark last week because I would have thought that he would have said she was a generational player.
No, I don't think she's a generational talent. I think that she has the makings to change the game. Is she that now? No. But neither was Steph Curry when he first came in.
Right.
So not so fast, my friend. Got to be quicker than that. Whoever said that.
um, this for both of y'all. Clarissa Shields, Layla Ali. What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all want to see it?
Um, I mean, I'm all about women's empowerment, of course, but Layla Ali hasn't fought in almost 20 years.
You're right.
Um, but I would pay to see it, honestly. I would just to see someone of her caliber versus Clarissa. Like, yeah, I would pay to see it. I don't know how that will go unless she's still been in training for the last 20 years. That's not going to be a pretty fun,
hmm
maybe over pretty quickly. So, yeah.
That's the rumor. The rumor is that she's been in the gym for quite some time. Look, man, I want to see it, right? Like Clarissa Shields is a beast, right? Layla Ali, right? She has an Ali name behind her, but let's just be realistic. When she was fighting, was women boxing, was the skill set, was that there like it is now? Absolutely not. So I think when she get into the ring with Clarissa Shields, because they said she got the 15 mil for her, right? I think if she gets in the ring with Clarissa Shields, I don't believe it's gonna happen. But if she does, Clarissa Shields is going to look very, very good on Layla Ali.
I believe so.
Looking very good on Layla Ali. And she's going to put on her ass.
I believe so. I think that 20 years is regardless of how long she has been in the gym practicing, is we know the difference between practicing warm-ups and an actual game or fight. It's a big difference.
Everybody got a plan until you
Yeah,
get hit in the face.
and you're right. Women have gotten faster, stronger, more athletic since 2007, which was her last fight. I
Come on,
mean,
skill set
yeah,
out of the world.
it's it's a completely different game. And I love Layla. I like Clarissa, but I think it might happen. I think Layla will be, if this fight was to take place, it will probably happen sometime next year. I think they said Layla will be 48 then.
Oof.
I mean, it
Oof. Oof.
yeah.
Oof. Fight purse wise, how they split?
I would think so. What was the number Layla asked for?
She asked for 15 to 20 million. I'm talking about the purse.
So was that 15 to 20 her or the
I think
purse altogether?
no, I think she wants 15 for her.
So if she gets 15, Clarissa has got to get at least something over 20,
Hmm.
if not more. So if that's the case, then the fight probably won't happen because I don't know if they're gonna pay. They're gonna get that much for this fight.
Right. Okay. We'll see.
It'll be interesting.
I think the split will be. I think the split will be with a 15 with a $15 million check. I think the split will be 80-20 or 70-30, both favoring Clarissa Shields.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, she's the champ. And I mean, so if the fight happens, I think it'll probably be one of these Jake Paul Tyson fights. It'll be stipulations in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It probably won't be a full fight. It might be 2 minute rounds.
Some shit like that,
and everything else. So
they're not gonna diminish Layla Ali like that because at the end of the day, with a name like that, with the Ali name, it's still gonna push boxing. It still pushes boxing in some way, shape, or form for women.
Yeah.
So you got to protect it.
Yeah. Yeah. To move on, let's give a rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. He recently passed away. It's been said that it was a swimming accident in Costa Rica. He accidentally drowned. Yeah, we're losing our legends.
R.I.P. to Theo.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'll let y'all go.
I think it's unfortunate, man. Right? Like, and as things come down on the pipeline on whether or not it was lifeguards available, this, that, and the third. Look, reality of it is that it's a tragedy, man. You don't ever want to hear stories like this. Prayers out to his family and friends.
Yeah. And actually, he's on a vacation with his family. I think it said that he went out for a swim. His wife noticed that he hadn't came back in an hour, and that's when everything started to unfold. So,
that's tragic. Just how it happened. Just she called and then they found his body.
Yeah.
And apparently his daughter was out there, might have been out there with him. So all that's unfortunate. He was all of our big brothers back then.
Yeah.
No. Theo is a character that has never died.
Right.
Yeah, and one that he never got away from because we always referred to him as Theo.
Yeah.
Right? Anytime you see him on a TV show, like, there go Theo.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot his name was Malcolm Jamal Warner. Swear to God.
It was Malcolm.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and it's crazy because all the Huxtable kids, as they are referred to as.
Yeah.
Because Keisha is Rudy.
Yeah.
Raven is Raven, of course. But
you're right.
Yeah, but condolences once again. So when I was in Fayetteville, 2 weekends ago, I found out that North Carolina does not have happy hour. I never knew that.
By law?
By law.
No shit.
No shit. So the rule is that, because happy hour, let's say happy hours from 5 to 8, 5 to 9. Happy hour drinks might be half price on whatever certain drinks. So the rule is in North Carolina, drink prices must be the same throughout the day. So if you're gonna have $5 drinks, they have to be $5 drinks all day. It can't be five and then it go to 8, 9, 10. It has to be. So there's no such thing as happy hour in North Carolina. I did not know that.
Is this new? Because, I lived there for a while and I know I participated in a couple happy hours.
I looked it up. I Googled it. I chat GPT'd it. It's all the same thing. Because when I was there, I was like, well, damn, let me find a happy hour spot. Let me go chill. And I like looked up happy hour spots and there was none. Nowhere. So I was like, there's no, and then somebody put that there's no such thing as happy hour in North Carolina because of, I forgot the name of the law or rule or whatever. And I Googled it. Like I said, chat GPT'd it. And that's what it said. Like you can't have in North Carolina, by law, it is illegal to have uh half price drinks and then it go to a regular price in a day. Like it has to be the same price throughout the whole day.
So they might have called it happy hour, but the drinks were still the same. Like it was just a social hour where more so made for socializing and maybe music or some shit like after work, but the drinks were still the same price. That's wild. I didn't know that.
Maybe, yeah, I didn't either. I figured I'd share that with you. But
Yeah, that's a you know,
That's terrible.
not only is it terrible, but I feel some type of way because that's usually some shit that I know, some shit like that. Some randomness, man. I pride myself on spitting a bunch of fucking randomness, and I didn't know that.
well, hey,
but I do now.
Yeah, you learned it, and well, I learned it as well just a little while ago. But yeah, I figured I'd share that with y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all saw the video of the CEO and his lady friend that went viral.
Tell me more, Rich.
So it was a CEO. He was a CEO of a company. What it was called Astronomer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Astronomer. He was out with a co-worker that he is having an affair with. She's married to. They were at a concert and the
Coldplay concert.
Yeah, Kiss Cam hit them and his ass ducked.
Well, he hit the flow on the ass, didn't it?
And that went viral. And of course, his wife saw it. And yeah, from there, we know.
You got to be more careful. You hate to see it.
So his wife, she put this. She said, "Hello, my name is Megan Kerrigan, no longer Megan Byron. Today I officially dropped his last name, and while it may seem like just a formality for some, to me, it was closure. I didn't make this decision out of bitterness. I made it out of peace. I gave my heart, loyalty, and my name to a man who couldn't even respect me in private, let alone in public. I feel like he's been cheating before and got caught.
I'm gonna speak on it.
Everything says he's been cheating before.
Shay, what you think?
For one, if you are a CEO of a company and you at a concert, to go there with a co-worker, you know that some sort of spotlight is going to be on you. I don't condone cheating. Let me say that first and foremost. I don't. But that's the ultimate disrespect. And for it to be on a public platform, your wife is embarrassed. It's not even something that you can have a conversation at home about because America knows, the world knows that you were just out here reckless with someone who probably isn't even half as good as you are. And you have to live with that.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick. People have stayed together for worse, right? Yeah.
What do you mean when you say people have stayed together for worse?
Far as in cheating or whatever, so first of all, he did the shit wrong anyway. I wouldn't have ducked. I would have probably just hid behind her or some shit. But to not draw as much attention, when you duck and try to get out the way, and then she's standing there looking stupid in the face, for the camera, like I would have kind of hid behind her. But I when I say, I mean, yes, people have done worse, i.e., bring home, well, get another woman pregnant or do this or that, do that. So I feel like if this is the first offense, not saying she should stay, but I mean, this can't be worked out.
I'm not saying it couldn't. Every woman is different. Every person is
Hmm.
different. Um,
She said absolutely no in this statement. Like,
yeah, for me, it's
I'm
a
not going back.
whether it's private or public. I mean, I've forgiven cheating in the past, but
Hmm.
it wasn't, a marriage. Um, I It's just not for me. I don't think I would. I don't know how I would walk away. And I
Hmm.
don't know what type of apology is acceptable in that type of situation if it's not changed behavior.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if you just say, I'm sorry, buy a bunch of flowers, but then you know it's coming again, it's like, what's the point of apologizing? Let's just have a real conversation about what this relationship needs to look like. And let's be realistic about the goals moving forward. And if it's something we can agree on, we move forward. If it's not, then we go our separate ways.
True.
This is what I think. And I had this conversation with somebody the other day. Uh, One, you were in the skybox. Anybody who knows anything about concerts, if you're in or football games, anything, things of that nature, if you're in the skybox, that means you got some bread. And if you got some bread, 9 times out of 10, the cameraman is going to find you. That's
Mhm.
a thing, right? Like if there's 20,000, 30,000 people, where do you think the damn cameraman's going? He's going to the skybox where the money is.
Mhm.
First. Secondly, uh, and this is the harsh reality. This is what I told someone the other day. I said, this man only has the chance if he wasn't fucking up prior. If he had his house in order, if his wife was happy, things of that nature, yeah, he's a CEO, he's worth some bread,
Mhm.
being in the doghouse for a while, sure. But at the end of the day, wifey ain't gonna leave the bread, right? Until shit got real. Now she's the laughing stock of the fucking world and the social media, right? And
Mhm.
because obviously she's putting out this statement, she's like closure and all this thing. She needs closure. Well, then what does that tell you? Reading between the lines. The back end of that is, and going back to my first statement, but if his house is in shambles,
Yeah.
your ass is grass. Your
Mhm.
ass is grass.
Yeah.
She's getting that money.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. At the end of the day, making a statement like that,
Mhm.
bro, you just gave her, bro, you just walked her, you put the knife in her back to walk the fucking plank, dog.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. What did the camera show?
They just showed that they were like in each other's arms. She was in her arms. She was in his arms. But there's a way, and I'm not, once again, I am not condoning cheating, okay? Let me
Uh-huh.
say, but there was an easy way to play that off.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Go, coworkers go out all the time. They could have pretended to do a friendly dance or something. There is a way to play it off. I'm not trying to help anyone cheat. I need to keep saying I'm not.
But
I would have started,
that's,
hey,
that's why I was asking that question. Like, what did the camera show?
if I was on that type of time, bro, which I'm not because I don't condone it either. If I was on that type of time, though, I would have started Chicago waltzing in that motherfucker. You hear me? You
Mhm.
doing a motherfucking spin and all that shit. Like, nah, I ain't ducking. And then put my hand up.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No. No.
They
No.
could have even played it off because it was a kiss cam with a friendly kiss, like on the cheek or something like that.
Nah, I ain't doing all that.
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
Well,
No,
look, yeah, yeah, yeah. Know your
I
woman. Now, if
yeah,
some men might be able to get away with that, like
yeah.
he's just putting on for the camera, blah, blah, but yeah,
Right, right,
I don't
right.
know too many.
But she probably, for all we know, shit, women's, you know what they say about that intuition. I mean, yeah, whatever.
It don't fail us ever.
Mm,
Ever.
shit. Anyway, okay, well,
It's
okay, that's fine.
convenient.
It's pretty convenient.
Which it is.
But
It never fails us. It comes to us in dreams, everything. Yeah.
no,
I'm a testament to that. It never fails.
I know some women that's gotten it wrong though.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
So
wasn't intuition. It was their insecurity.
no, okay.
Well, there's a fine line between both of them then.
What?
Very fine.
But that's what I like. At the end of the day, for all we know, wifey probably smelled it on him. Like, hold on, man, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right, or it may not have been right for a while. Like she was staying for the children or staying for the bread, and she was looking for a way out.
Mm-hmm.
And boy,
Yeah.
she hit the fucking golden ticket.
Well, that statement sounded like it to me anyway.
It sounded like
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, listen, these bags been packed. I was just waiting for some shit to happen.
Ooh, tell me when to go.
Yeah. Hey, good luck to him. Hey, listen, I would fight that one too. I was like, hey, look, she want to get divorced, but she said infidelity, whatever she got.
Well, he admitted to it, so
He's a dummy, but
he did admit to it. He apologized, admitted that he was wrong, and he, was unfaithful. So he can't really go back on that at this point.
stupid. Yeah, he's dumb.
He should fire his PR people for sure.
Right.
Well, I don't know, man. When you're in that type of position, man, you know what I mean? Like, you got to make a statement. You can't just be like, like you got to do something, bro. Like, you got to do something. You got to try to clean up, man. You have to.
His first time, like, you got to learn. Once again, not condoning it, but you got to learn how to. He obviously has been caught in a situation before.
That's what it looks like.
So you got to learn how to. If this is something you're going to do, you got to do it better, or be in a situation that is okay with it. Whichever one you're going to do. But you got caught on HD in front of the world, and
I know he.
I know his mentions was blowing up. Text messages, his shit was on fire. Probably.
I know his homeboy probably said, "Dude, you're fucked."
Yeah,
you're fucked. You're so.
What the fuck was you thinking?
You're so fucked.
Yeah. Damn. All right. So the young lady that was suing Shannon Sharpe, she posted on her social media the other day that she's retiring from OnlyFans. And that was after announcement that a settlement had been reached between her and Shannon Sharpe.
Well, have they? So no. So what was said is that the charges were dismissed, and the assumption is that there's been a settlement.
I saw that there's a settlement.
Did you?
Yeah.
What I read initially was it's been dismissed, and the two parties have agreed to dismiss it. That's what I read.
Yeah, I saw from I think her lawyer Tony Busby or whatever his name put a statement out, and it basically said something to the effect that they had tumultuous consensual relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, look.
Which that sounds funny in itself.
He turned down 10 mil, so originally. So whatever she got, it was enough to gracefully bow out of that damn OnlyFans.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's good for him too. I mean, he can, I guess, try to get back to business as scheduled or regularly, because we haven't seen him on ESPN in a while. And I know we haven't seen Club Shay Shay in a while either.
Still a stain on him though, man.
Yeah, you're always going. Well, then that's the problem. It's going to always be there. So, what statement is put out? Consensual, tumultuous relationship, like that's not a good cleanup at all. And that first statement of coming out far as in he sexually assaulted her or raped her or whatever else, yeah, that's gonna always be there. So I doubt it'll ever come out how much money she got, but yeah, to quit OnlyFans, because she's probably making some good money off OnlyFans.
The NDA, got all that. They made sure it was an NDA in there. You know what I mean? We'll never know how much she got. It'll be rumors, right? It'll be rumors, right? Because what was she asking for? 55 or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be rumors that we'll never know, and she'll never tell, because if not, her ass grabbed.
Yeah, I wouldn't. How do y'all feel about the MLK files being released, but the Epsteine files supposedly never existing?
I just think it's a distraction.
Yeah, but let me add this in. Martin Luther King's Jr.'s family also requested that the files stay sealed and not be released.
Right.
But somehow, some way, they were released anyway.
I think it's just a distraction because everyone is asking about the Epstein files. Um, I can't speak too much on it, but there's incriminating information. So, in order to not incriminate oneself, you find a way to distract with something else that people have asked for.
Yeah.
No matter who it hurts or disrespects, especially, given who it is and what that person stood for. So
Yeah.
I just feel bad that I didn't see this thing coming. I mean, first you remove the statue out of the White House, right? That's the first thing that happened, right?
Hmm.
A few months ago, and now this. Look, man, America continues to show you and us who they are. At some point, and I'll leave it at this: you better start believing it.
Yeah.
you have to.
Unfortunately.
It's there. The fact that people are still in denial is sickening.
Y-
It has to be a sickness.
Yeah.
No,
Willful ignorance.
it's just America.
We
Mm,
No,
can't do that.
no sickness, just America.
Mitchell. All right. Hey, the the climate hasn't changed. I mean, is um I think during the first term, this is just a carryover from the first term. That's it. Everything, people are more bolder and how they act, how they talk, and everything else versus, people were more closeted as in their feelings of uh about people of color. And it's more in your face now.
It is. And it's coming from a lot of unsuspecting
Oh
people.
yeah.
The people who you would think would be just open and openly racist or just
Hmm.
you don't see that as much. It's the people that were really close to you at some point, and you're like, how did we break bread together? And this is how you think. You never really liked or respected me or who I am,
Right.
if this is how you're thinking. And some people turned it into this basic term, oh, because I voted for a Republican and you're a Democrat. And it's like, no, that has nothing to do with it. It's
Hmm.
the person that you're choosing to follow who is spreading hatred and just bigotry all over the place. And you're masking it as if this person is just real and he's honorable. There's nothing honorable about what's happening right now. Quite disgusting.
No. Did y'all see the video that's circulating now of the young man in Duval County that the police bust his window out, punched him in the face, drug him out the car.
Absolutely.
Um yeah, I saw that, and then I saw the police chief release a statement basically saying that his officer did nothing wrong. We can draw a lot of conclusions from a 45-second video. Um no stone will be left unturned, figuring out exactly what happened. You know, I felt like I don't know. For me, as a black man, listen to a black man say that about a black man that it happened to, it really rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way. I don't think in any way, shape, or form he should have been punched in the face. Um, people will say, well, he should have been compliant. He should have did this. He should have did that. But he wasn't a threat. He wasn't bothering, them. Could he have got out the car? Yeah, maybe. But I mean, we could say that about, no one ever says that about white people. Like, oh, he didn't, we see that shit all the time. They're like, we can't ask the same questions like, what are you pulling me over for? Or what did I do? Or this or that without it looking like we're being hostile or resisting, you know. But I felt that I thought that was disgusting coming from that police chief.
Well, I think the whole thing is nasty, man. And just watching it, I only watched it one time. Maybe I'll watch it again, to get a second take on it. But I saw all I need to see. Look, man, it was excessive. It was some bullshit. Um, Bro, no human being walking on the planet deserves to be treated like that if they're not a threat to you. Period, point blank. I don't care how you slice it. I don't really give a shit who said what color they are. Anybody that's coming up with this type of shit in this manner, bro, you trash.
Mm-hmm.
You trash.
Yeah. Shay, any thoughts?
I completely agree. I've worked in the law enforcement realm for quite a bit of time. One of the things you're not even supposed to punch in the face. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And someone not being compliant, you know, the purpose of gaining compliance is just so you can get your work done. Punching somebody in the face does none of that. You're just hurting someone. They're not going to become compliant because you punch them in the face. And you're supposed to first try to de-escalate situations.
Mm-hmm.
Time and time again, you see officers escalating, and you could probably just have a conversation. So what if it takes an extra 15 minutes to
Right.
what you need? That's what you're there for. You're
Mm-hmm.
in the community. Figure out the community that you're working with and learn how to deal with them. But all of this, people dying, getting beat up just because you asked a question or you refuse to get out. No, that's not how that works. It
Right.
was never designed that way.
Yeah. And it always ends up being an extra 4 to 5 police officers grabbing this one person that's, like we said, that is not a threat or not being, uh, non-compliant to, it never should take 4 people on one where you got 2 or 3 of them punching and kicking them and the other two, holding their hands behind their back and basically giving everybody free shots. Like shit is crazy.
It's chaos.
Absolutely.
It's chaotic, and that's just not how you're trained.
Mm, mm-mm. And it's not going to get better if you have the police chief or other police officers that see this shit going on that's wrong, they don't say nothing about it.
Facts.
Because that statement that he said just sounded like he was protecting one of his police officers.
Facts.
He didn't do anything wrong. He blah blah blah, blah. Like, okay, well, I hate to see what wrong looks like then in your eyes. Um, so I came across this thing. Is from Michelle Obama's podcast. She was talking about her father who had multiple sclerosis. He worked a full-time job to support the family. And there was times that, his condition was brutal on him physically, but she said he would come home and sit down and kick his feet up and do nothing, and that bothered her. And she came under a lot of scrutiny for that. For this man, her father, working 8 to 12 hours with multiple sclerosis, knowing what his body's going through, him coming home tired, hurt, and kicking his feet up. And she felt like that was a problem. Like he needed to do more, once he got home around the house.
I
Yeah.
think sometimes as kids, we just don't understand the complexities of adulthood.
Yeah.
Um, you may have seen you may have seen your father getting up and going to work. It was probably a struggle for him to get up and do that, but you didn't see that. So when he got home and just relaxed, you just thought that he was being lazy and relying on, your mom to do all of it. So, I mean, and as a child, I can say I've had thoughts like that,
Hmm.
would see things like that. But now that I'm an adult, I can definitely understand the sentiment of having that time after work just to get a little bit of peace. You
Take
know,
that bra off at the door, right?
just to have that little bit of peace and
Yeah.
then the work begins. So that could have been what that was. Now I didn't hear the rest of it, and I don't know if there's more context to that. But yeah, I just think that's one of those things when we're kids, we just don't understand.
Yeah, my daughter tells me all the time, Dad, this adulting is not. I don't know how y'all did it. And yeah, you didn't understand it when you was 16, 17, uh, at 18, when you were talking about you ready to, move out or leave or do this or do that. Like this shit ain't as easy as it looks. It
Mm-mm.
ain't easy at all.
Yeah, I
Um,
just think I I think she probably saw Mama doing, you know, what did you say back in the day? Mom makes the home,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Right, and I think that's what she was accustomed to seeing. Like I would love to hear like what Shay said, the rest of it, right?
Mhm.
Like because the first thing I thought of when you read it, and we all know how the social media thing goes, right? We
Yeah.
know they're gonna take sound bites, they're gonna take clips, they're gonna take phrases, whatever statements, they're gonna chop it up and they're gonna put it on
Mhm.
a plate and say eat, right? So I would love, and I might even look it up, love to hear what she said after that.
Mhm. Speaking of that, I asked my mom this the other day. Do you guys know your parents' origin story? Like how they met,
I
them
do.
dating, what that looked like.
I do.
Me and my mom actually talked about it yesterday, and basically, she said my dad was all red flags. Basically, he was all red flags. She said somehow he what was her exact word? She said somehow he captured her, but
Oh,
he was all red flags. And yeah, basically like
See how it
he
happens.
wasn't shit. I was like, was he smooth? I mean, he captured you. He's like, no, he wasn't even smooth. Like he like just like honestly, I don't know what happened or how he just like
damn, mama.
captured me. I was like, oh, you let my dad tell it. He was that nigga.
Your daddy was a fun, huh?
Yeah, that's what you let him tell it.
Yeah, I know for my parents, man. My dad moved down from Boston, right? And so, um, yeah, he moved down from Boston, and slower town, slower pace, or whatever. He told me, and he was just like he seen my mom and was just like heart emoji type shit, right?
Hmm.
So he got on his best bullshit, and
The rest is history.
Yeah.
What about you, Shay? You know yours?
I do. Well, I have two. So my mom remarried, but for
Mhm.
my biological parents, they actually met at college. They both went to Chaiye State University. And they're both athletes. And that's how they met, just in college. They got married. Um, got divorced. My mom remarried. Her and my stepdad, they met because my mom, she had a part-time job. She's always been a teacher. Had a part-time job at Karibu Books. That was like a local African American bookstore. Stepfather worked security. He was having a bad day one day, and then him and my mom just started talking and he bet her. It's a cute story. He bet her. He said, "I know you're saying you don't want to date right now, but if you give me 1 hour a week, I promise you'll fall in love with me."
that's a smooth shit, man.
That's
Shout out to
all.
Mr.
Yeah,
Perry,
yeah,
man.
that's all right.
Shout out to Mr.
All
Perry,
right. Hold
man.
on, man.
Yeah. I mean,
That's all right.
ooh-wee.
That's all right.
Shout
I'm
out
gonna play
Mr.
this real quick for y'all. Tell me what y'all think. What y'all thoughts on this? Hold on.
Uh-huh.
When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
I
So
don't have.
that was Shane Gillis doing the ESPYs. He was the actual host or MC or what you want to say, and that was a part of his opening monologue or whatever else. There was a lot of people that felt that was very distasteful, no class. But I mean, he's a comedian, and comedians are usually like that. While I could find the okay, you may have took it a little far. I thought the shit was funny.
He roasts people for a living.
Right.
When you see this guy on the TV, he is going to cut your ass. He is going to straddle the fence. He's going to probably moonwalk through the motherfucking fence when it comes down to his type of comedy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I mean, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Of course, comedy is subjective.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be offended.
Yeah.
As a Black woman, I didn't find it offensive. I mean, you saw, this is the first time I heard it. And so, I get the joke and I understand who gave the joke. So, yeah.
All right. I do have this clip that I'm going to play. I think both of you have heard it.
Mhm.
I think this is Joy Bryant, right? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
A man who has parental issues, either didn't have a daddy in the home or has mommy issues, he grows up to not have the ability to process his emotions as men do, which is very different than women. So you get a man in a relationship who's had a single mom in the home and all he's learned is how to process his emotions as a woman. Then he gets with a woman. You have two emotional women in a relationship. A man
so
who
he
just
is a
happens
woman
to be,
too?
emotionally he is.
If
Absolutely.
he's only been, in the household with women, you feel like he's emotionally a woman as well.
And that's how men become emotionally unstable. Because they learn how to only process their emotions as a woman does, which means they're not leading with the message, they're leading with the emotion.
Being that we have a woman on the show right now.
I think that's a harsh over generalization of males that grow up in a home with a single mother. Because you see two sides of that spectrum. You see men that have grown up with single mothers and they have no issues with emotional intelligence. They know how to communicate, they know how to be men. And I'm not saying a woman can teach a male how to be a man. We never can. But you understand how to treat a woman. You understand certain things about yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have emotions. People, whether male or female, will process them differently. So I don't think growing up with just a single mother as a male the is going to cause a detriment just in general. So I don't think that's true for most guys, honestly. I don't. I think it can be true depending on that mother-son relationship because you see some toxic mother-son
Right.
relationships. But
Overcoddled. Yeah.
of course, you're gonna have somebody that grows up in that type of dysfunction. But you also see ones that are successful and thrive. So it just all depends on what the household is. And that's whether it's you going in a house with a single father, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so question for the two of you before I go into my spiel of what I think is how you display your emotions are taught behavior.
Say that again.
It's how you display emotion a taught behavior.
It can be, but no, not necessarily. Because there are a lot of people that have grown up with dysfunction in their home, and as they grow up, they realize they don't want that for themselves. So they learn how to do differently. They take the steps to heal themselves and learn how to be productive and non-toxic moving forward because they don't want that for their lives. But you have some people who are constantly around it and unable to maybe escape it, and that becomes their reality. But it just depends on the person. I think you also have to have that support on the outside too.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of learned and well, I think it's more of learned because I think a young boy, his first emotion might be to cry. And for a lot of us, it was don't cry. you're a boy, be a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't learn, to express those emotions. Like you didn't learn to cry. That's your natural. But now you're being forced to push that to the side and display the emotion that whoever's telling you that wants you to display instead of your first natural instinct, which may be to cry, or the emotion of anger, like you may want to yell or fight or whatever else.
Okay, agreed. So this is what I think about it. Going off of what you said, like when we come from a generation where men don't cry, men don't show quote unquote emotion, right? And then secondly, you said something about a man telling another man that he should, or a man telling another boy that he shouldn't cry. Well, let's talk about the women who tell their sons that they shouldn't cry, right? And the reason why I'm saying is because you can't generalize, like you said, Shay. Hey, if you're only around women, then you're going to show emotions or handle your emotions like a woman. That's a crock of shit, in my opinion. That's a crock of shit, right? It's to generalize something like that is crazy to me. It really is because, for instance, right? Like for I had my grandfather, right? I had my grandfather, right? I met my stepfather when I was 10 years old, I think, somewhere around there. 10 years old. I started living with him when I was 12, 13. Me, him, and my mom or whatever, right? And he didn't show no emotion, right? Like he didn't show any emotion. My mama didn't show any emotion. So where do I get it from? Right, right. Like where does it come from? Like I think you see how other people do to a certain degree, but I think a lot of that shit is internally, man. And then once you show something, then you fix it, or someone helps you fix it if it's wrong. If it's wrong, but
Right.
as far as saying a man is going to act like a woman emotionally because he was brought up by a woman, like what are we even talking about?
I think a lot of it is well, some comes from experience too, because the older you get, I mean, there is okay, will you see it in kids where they may start to shut down, and
Absolutely.
as you get older, is that is something that continues to go on until you learn how to express it or talk about it or not. Like some, there are still some that shut down. Like I'm not talking about nothing.
And again, right? Like if you are if this man is brought up by his mom and his mom says it's okay to, you know, tell your feelings or explain your feelings, or you know what I mean, or like, make sure that the kid knows that their feelings or their emotions are valid, right? Like, does that mean that they act like a fucking woman?
So that's what I was just about to ask. Like, do we tell people, look, there's a way that should there be a difference, or is there a difference the way women and men should process their feelings or how they deal with things emotionally? Or should there just be a set standard? Like, not saying like as a man, you're supposed to react this way based on it, or as a woman, you're supposed to act this way based on it.
I personally don't think that it should be based on your gender. I think it's based on the individual.
Right.
Like you guys are saying, males are told not to cry. I mean, I've grown up in a household where I was told that, I shouldn't cry.
Hmm.
I'm the oldest, so I was kind of like the liaison between the parents and the children.
Hmm.
I didn't really get to cry or express myself. I just had to make sure shit got done.
Hmm.
So, uh, did that, I don't think that kind of hindered me from expressing myself, maybe for a little bit. Now that I'm older, I'm able to express myself more easily. But I just think it's based on the individual, because
Right.
the way I react to something or I handle something, I can't expect the next person to do it.
Absolutely.
Um, I think everyone should be open and express themselves, but not everyone's comfortable with doing that. Like not everyone feels like they have that safe space. It could be something from childhood. It could be an experience they had as an adult. But emotional intelligence is something that it's just, I won't say it's rare, but it's definitely hard to come by. It's hard to accept because there are a lot of hard truths that people can't handle about themselves.
Right. So I'll ask you this before we move off of it. So I don't like from that video, like I don't understand, like, but from you having girlfriends and having, plenty of women that you're around, what would be the sentiment of how a man should be emotionally? Is he supposed to be hard, tough, or the other side of it?
I think they should be how they feel comfortable. I think you have to, everyone's different. So I may be the person who's not emotional, who,
Mhm.
if you tell me something, I can't process it. You know what I mean? So telling the man that he can't process his thoughts because I don't know how to process mine is unfair.
Right.
I do have a lot of female friends. Well, I have a lot of female associates, not a lot of female friends. Um, but I've realized I'm kind of different in that way. Because
Mhm.
a lot of females do see, oh, why is he crying? Or why is he
Yeah.
saying this? I don't have a problem with that. If something hurts you, listen, let it out. Because it's going to come out in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
It could be in a negative way. Let people express themselves how they need to express themselves. It's healthy.
Yeah. You got anything else on that, Dre?
No, I'm good, man. I think yeah, I'm gonna agree with what she said for sure, man. Listen, it's no way that you can gauge like how somebody should be emotionally, man, or why they are the way. I mean, you could try to figure out why they are the way they are, but to put it on them being raised by a woman,
Right.
I'm just not subscribing to that shit, dog.
Me neither. And I mean, full transparency, I was basically technically raised by a single mom. My mom
And this,
remarried when I
I,
was 14, 15 years old. So,
and this,
a lot of I wasn't an adult, but I mean, there was a lot of things like whatever was instilled was there. Like it wasn't going to change within the 15 to 18 time frame of, a man being in the house full time.
right.
Yeah, I disagree. I mean, but mm,
I think
uh, go ahead.
for males, I don't think that comes from too much of being raised by a single mother. I think that's something else, but that's a whole nother conversation. That's another conversation.
Yeah.
No.
All right, I got one more for you.
Mhm.
Because if you come at a man like a man, what do you want him to do?
Right.
Because he would not even allow another man to come at him like that. And nine times out of 10, men don't come at other men like that because it would get violent.
Right.
But women, when you step into your masculine energy, what do you expect that man to do? Get into his feminine energy?
Yeah.
You want him, when have you ever had an argument or a spat or a situation with a man and he's like, okay, after you became aggressive with him? It almost never works like that. Your power is in your divine femininity.
I'm noticing that.
You're able to neutralize him. That is something we can't bypass. Ladies, when you come at us with your divine femininity, we become docile.
Yeah.
We become very pliable. You understand what I'm saying? But when you approach us in this masculine energy, if I'm already masculine again, how do you think that's going to work?
Alrighty.
So, it's a lot to unpack there. One, let's define what is masculine energy. What exactly is that?
I've been asking the same question about masculine and feminine energy for the last 2 or 3 years now.
Um, it because I don't know what the definition of masculine energy from a female entails. Are you saying she stands up for herself? If she yells at you, like what is that? Because saying that I'm unable to raise my voice is it's kind of ridiculous. I do believe in responsible communication,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes when feelings are involved, sometimes things get heated. Now I don't think disrespect is okay on any level, but what is disrespectful? Like I still don't understand this masculine energy because if a woman expresses herself and says, I don't like this or I don't want this, she's considered aggressive, So it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like saying, sit there and take what I give you, and then everything will be good. But
Okay.
not for the female. Like we always get shortchanged if we say there's something we don't like. And maybe we have a little bit of passion in our voice when we say it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something that caused it because we don't just start off yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't. I won't say we. I can't speak for everybody. I don't know everyone, and I will not speak for every female. I have seen some females start at 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't personally, but I have been told at times that I can be somewhat masculine in
Mm-hmm.
my energy, just in how I act or how I think. I don't think I'm masculine. I may not be super girly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm masculine, but people think because I speak my mind or I say I don't like something, I stand on it, I'm being too masculine or I need to give a little more. Why?
All right. So let me give you a quick definition by, this is ChatGPT, masculine energy. Masculine energy refers to a set of traits, behaviors, and qualities traditionally associated with masculinity, though it's not limited to men and can be present in anyone regardless of gender. Core traits of masculine energy: direction and purpose, logic and reasoning, discipline and control, strength and protection, leadership and initiative, independence, assertiveness. In contrast, feminine energy is more associated with intuition, creativity, emotional expression, nurturing, flow, and connection. Masculine energy isn't about being tough or dominant. It's about embodying presence, clarity, purpose, and discipline.
So pretty much what it's saying is that there should be no female athletes, there should be no female leaders. Um, it's saying that women should be in the home and men should be outside. But by definition, in the definition, it said it's not specific to a gender. It did say that. Um,
Mhm.
and it's saying that we should have no male artists, no male chefs. Some of the best chefs and hairstylists in the world are men. Are they feminine because of those things? No. Is a female masculine because she plays sports or she's in Congress because she's the vice president? That doesn't make her masculine because she's a leader.
Well, so I like when you asked that question, like I said, for the last 2, 3 years, I've always been confused by that, because even like some of the things that it said when you said, well, let's use chores, for example. Um, they've put gender skills, traits, and qualities on simple life skills.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
if I'm a single man, right? So I have to fold my clothes, I have to wash my clothes. Is that me using feminine energy or in my feminine era or whatever you want to call it? Like that's a simple chore. I have to cook for myself. Like they're saying, okay, that is feminine qualities or traits. So all of that shit confuses me.
It does. I think the male ego is just bruised because women are really taking over in the world.
Is it the male ego though? Because a woman will say, I'm tired of being in my masculine energy or masculine era. I work too hard. I need a partner so I can be feminine. Well, no, you're working to sustain your lifestyle or whatever else. So
Survive. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fucking survive.
Right. So that goes way, way back before any of us were ever thought about, any of our parents were thought about.
Mhm.
When you look back in those days, I'd say even as early as the 40s and 50s, women could not obtain jobs if they weren't married. So they had to have a husband or as the head of household. Like,
Mhm.
could not survive without a man. Nowadays, we have progressed to a point where we don't need a man, but we want one. Like, I work hard, I sustain, but would I want somebody to come in and help take some of that off of my back? Do I think that's masculine? I think that's just a cute way that people say, that women say, oh, I want to get out of this. That's like just saying, I want help. I don't want to have to be strong all the time.
Shay, I can't let you do that, Shay.
Hell no.
I can't let you do
Fuck
that,
no.
girl.
Fuck no.
I can't because listen, if I say
no.
if me or Dre was to say, you know what, I need a woman to be by my side to cook and clean. Like I'm tired of coming home and have to be feminine. We would get looked at as being crazy.
So I didn't say that the man has to come in and just, now you don't have to work, you don't have to pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
But I said help. I didn't say take over. I didn't say, I said help.
But yeah. But that's not the reality of majority of women out here today, Shay. That's not. That might be yours.
Right.
But come on, man.
Well, as I keep saying, I can't speak for everybody. I'm different in my thinking on a lot.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you for
But
being different.
I don't agree with this whole masculine. I do. Now, I will say this. I have seen a lot more feminine males walking around.
What makes them feminine?
What
makes them feminine?
Because a lot of men, and I don't have a problem with catering or, spoiling anybody that I'm with. But a lot of men ask for so much up front. I see you repositioning yourself, sir.
Men ask for shit up front.
A lot of men do.
For sure.
So they have demands or prerequisites or
Yeah, a lot of men want to have everything up front. It's like typically on the first date, yeah, the man pays, and all that. Now, I'm not talking about everyone. This is
of course not
my experience and a lot of other women in my position. So I think a lot of successful women may have this issue a lot with men. Like a lot of men want to be the head of a household, but not be the head of the household. Does that make sense? They don't bring much to the table, but they want to make all the rules. And
all right. Head of the household is subjective too now.
I agree. Listen, it's not even about finances.
Okay.
Like,
right.
Just because I make more, listen, my husband's going to be the leader of the household.
For you.
I have conversations. I said my husband. I didn't say our husband.
No, I'm not getting no, I'm not getting on you. No, I'm not getting on you. I'm listening to what you're saying, and what you're saying sounds correct to me.
Right.
What you're saying sounds, well, some of it sounds on point with how society should be today, in my opinion. So
society is very different, though. We're not breeding the same type of men and women that we were 20, 30 years ago. It's just a different type of climate. Like nowadays people are all about that instant gratification. Like no one's willing to wait and like have foundation, foster like real relationship. Everything has to be so quick. And that's why so many things fall apart. That's why so much miscommunication. That's why that question was posed, masculine energy from females and then feminine energy from males. It's everything is just like a quick fix, a band-aid. It doesn't seem like too much is real or genuine nowadays.
So I want to be clear real quick before Dre talk. So you said there's a lot of men these days in there, well, acting feminine because they're asking for things up front.
Yeah. Okay. So when I say that, you have men that it's like they want you to spoil them. It's like they're like, why you don't take me on a trip? What are you talking about?
And because that's feminine energy.
Yes.
Because women should be able to do that, right?
Women should be able to do what?
What you just said. Ask for stuff up front. Ask to go on trips. You didn't. You're a woman, right?
Yeah.
You're feminine, right? So what makes what he wants feminine? If there's no hold on. If there's no roles, then what makes that feminine? If there's no roles, and you said earlier, hold on. You said earlier that there should be somebody should feel how they feel, and it's okay. You know what I mean? As human beings, right? You gave that whole spiel. So what makes a man saying? I'm not saying it's okay. I just want I want to know what you think on it. What makes a man wanting to go on a trip or asking to go on a trip? What makes that feminine?
What makes it feminine is that, well, the man is supposed to take care of the household. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not necessarily talking about financially, but they're supposed to establish that foundation, correct? Like the man is the head of the household for the most part. They should be. But we don't have that because everyone right now is just looking for like, what looks good, not necessarily what is good. But I think men are just asking for too much and not delivering. They want to be the heads of households, but they can't be the heads of households. One, because they don't make good decisions. And I'm not saying that for all men. Let me be clear. I'm not saying for all men.
Right, of course.
But you have a lot of that going on. Yes, I'm talking to two men about
No,
this.
it's fine. No, it's fine. And to a certain degree, I agree with you 110,000%. But what I need you to answer for me, man, is what makes that feminine? If you just told me that because if you yell and you're boisterous and what you're saying, right? And if you're dealing with a man, if you said that's not considered masculine, then what makes a man wanting to go on a trip or ask for a trip feminine? And the reason why I'm saying it is because you said one thing, but the reality of it is you think one is masculine and you think one is feminine. So I'm trying to figure out what makes that feminine.
That right up front, or just asking for things up front without deserving it. Now, maybe that's not just feminine. That's just maybe somewhat entitled.
Is that okay for women to do?
I don't think so. No.
Ask for things. Okay. All right.
So then let's not. So entitled. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. Appreciate it. Now, what I was going to say, because we went down a long rabbit hole, what I was going to say is, in reference to the video, I think from what it sounds like to me when he was talking about quote unquote masculine energy, I think what I thought of is a woman talking to me or making some type of gestures or making some type of, making me feel like or trying to imply that they could bust my ass. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. Right, and so like I don't think it's okay. I mean, I think it's okay for a woman to feel how she feels and to say what she's gonna say. And we already know women are wired differently than men. They say, "Don't shoot the messenger." That women are wired off emotion. So with that being said, right, if you're gonna yell, if you're gonna scream, you're gonna do this and do that, right, and go off the deep end, okay. But I also think when it comes down to there's a line there, and also you got to know your partner.
Mm-hmm.
There's a line there. Don't cross the line to where as it gets physical.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's how I heard it. Right? When I think of you talking about masculine or whatever, I don't think because a woman is yelling or a woman is cursing that's masculine energy. I don't think so, personally.
Well,
but he said in the video aggressive.
Aggressive is subjective. You could be aggressive. You could like for instance, I could have a woman that say all the curse words, curse like a sailor, right? But that don't necessarily mean that I view her as being aggressive. My type of aggressive is, to me, aggressive is, hey, you're showing, or it feels like you're implying that you can bust my ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part when you go on that side, right? Like I have self-control. As a man, I have self-control. But every man don't.
So I'm going to match your energy.
Right.
But he's saying that the woman's true energy is being, I guess, in quote unquote feminine state to where you're being more nurturing or caring. So you're talking to this man in a tone to where it's almost kind of like Beauty and the Beast. I'm calming the beast down.
There you go. At the end of the day, what he's saying is hey, rather than you as a woman, rather than you yelling at me, use what your strength is. Your strength, like you said, Beauty and the Beast, your strength is talking to me calm. Your strength is neutralizing the situation by how you're acting. I'm not saying it works for everybody. I'm not saying that you always got to do that. All I'm saying is don't walk up on me and walk up on me like you can bust my ass. You know what I mean? Say whatever you want to say, but don't walk on me like you can bust my ass now. That's a different, because again, I have to agree with him. If you cross that line, like at the end of the day, what do you expect me to do?
But I think that's just disrespectful, period, whether it's a male or female that does it. And that's what he said.
It is.
I think in that regard, people do have to learn how to communicate. Sometimes things do get heated, but in that moment as an adult, either you got to learn to walk away and then come back and have the conversation.
Either party.
Okay. And you got some people who won't let you walk away. What, male and female. You know what I mean? So it keeps going back to that emotional intelligence and being able to communicate. I mean, I speak calmly. I can't say I have always not yelled in a situation, but for the most part, I don't yell. I say what I have to say. Either you agree with it or you don't. We can talk about it, but if I feel how I feel, that's what it is. You can accept it or you cannot accept it. And
barbecue or mildew.
Yeah.
A barbecue or you could mildew. I feel it.
All right. I like that conversation. So we're gonna do some unapologetic truths and then we're gonna get up out of here.
Unapologetic truths.
Let me see. First question is, what's your view on hanging out with exes? Do you and or would you?
That's funny. So, I mean, if I'm in a relationship, no.
Why?
It's just not appropriate.
Okay.
To me, if I'm in a relationship, if I know I've been with somebody, I'm not, no. Not if I'm single. Yeah, I would.
What if there's no sexual desire between you and this ex at all?
I mean, there will be on my part, but I doubt there will be on their part. So it will be a no.
Okay.
Because I feel like that would be disrespectful to my partner.
I think you know what? I think you should have the conversation with your, if you have a partner, have a conversation with your partner if it's that serious to you. You know what I mean? Like you should be able to cut it on and cut it off if you're in a relationship, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to, but everybody can't handle themselves. One and two, you gotta know your partner, man. If your partner ain't with that shit, dog, you gotta nip it in the bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
nip it in the bud, dog. Now, if you're single, I mean, shit, whatever. That's the homie. Even if it ain't on that type of time, you're trying to get that old thing back. If that's the homie, that's the homie. If
Mm-hmm.
you see where something's gonna go, where it's gonna go, and if you know that ex, if y'all are truly meant to be, then go for it. See what happens.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean I don't. Would I? Probably not. I don't think none of any of my exes kind of vibe like that to hang out. But
Yeah.
I mean, if I was in a relationship, and let's say I do or did hang around exes, I mean I would have a conversation, um, and let them know like, hey, this is nothing sexual going on. There's nothing on, you know, and leave it up to them. I wouldn't. I would want them to feel good about whatever's going on, whatever's happening. I wouldn't think that they're insecure if they didn't want me to do it. I'd completely leave it up to them. But yeah.
Before we move on, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole because I know we'll be short for time. Shay, question for you. He just mentioned something. He said he would lead with "There's nothing sexual." Do you do as a woman when it boils down to what's more important, the emotional connection or the sexual connection? When, let's just say, dealing with a cheater, is which one is more hurtful, the sex or the emotional attachment?
Mm.
The emotional.
I thought so. Thank you. Appreciate that. What you got, Red?
Um. um.
But no, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'll be a jackass. I want to know.
No, I'm saying that because that is a good question because I
Because
mean,
you said what you would lead with, and I was asking because that's probably not what we should be leading with. Because if you do, what is she gonna think? You trying to fuck something.
yeah, but
That's why I asked.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, but um, how has the lowest point in your life changed or defined you?
Oh, Lord. I think it's turned me into a very cold person, honestly. Yeah,
Man.
definitely has turned me into a much colder person because I feel like a lot of things just don't matter as much as it did before.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think for me, the lowest when I was at the lowest point in my life, it taught me to give grace. Because at the lowest point of my life, the people that did help me didn't have to. And some
Mm-hmm.
of the people who did help me didn't have it to help me, but they still did. So at the end of the day, I look at that like, all right, well, even if you can't give what somebody may ask of you or somebody may think that you should do, you can still do something. Or you can still, or it still makes me remember, like, okay, shit, I was fucked up before too. I've been fucked up too. So let me try to meet somebody where they are, try to understand what their situation is, and let me try to help. So it gave me grace personally.
Uh, as for me, I think it's taught me who to really trust and put myself first in a lot of situations that I didn't have or wouldn't have, far as in looking out for people. And then when it came down to me, you know, I was the one that was left ass out. So it's kind of like, you know, yes, I can put this woman first, but how is that going to, you know, affect me or my situation? And where is that going to leave me at? So I do have to look out for me, even though I may want to do more for her. But to what, like I said, what detriment is that going to be to me? So yeah. Last one. Out of all relationships or just life in general, what was your I deserve better moment? I'll start. My I deserve better moment. I think my I deserve better moment was I was trying to make a marriage last or work that absolutely was not going to work. And I had to basically swallow that tough pill and say I wanted a divorce or this is not going to work. That was me.
Chaiye, you want to go?
Yeah, go. I guess my aha moment was when I realized this touches back on the other question, is when I was going through probably the toughest time in my life, and the person that I was with was nowhere to be found, like absolutely nowhere. And I was just like, you know what? Can't do this. Gotta walk away, you know. So yeah,
Hurt?
huh?
Was it tough to walk away?
No, it honestly wasn't because it was long distance. But yeah, no, it wasn't. Because I think before to that there were other things going on
Okay,
that
so that's why I was about to ask because I know they say usually when it's easy for a woman to walk away or when they do walk away, it's it's a done deal. Like it ain't like
They
there has
already at
already
the door.
been. Yep.
They at the door.
so I
Yeah.
won't say it was easy, but when I make my mind up about something, I just gotta keep going with it, you know. So it was still a difficult decision to make, but I knew in the long run I was gonna be better off for it.
Okay.
I think for me, uh, was when I realized that the person that I was with never felt like my feelings were valid. Right. And that's something that's never been that's prior to that. That's something that I never dealt with because I'm not a dummy. Like I can articulate. You know what I mean? Like I can speak. I speak my mind. I say what's on my brain. Right. But to say it and it just go in one ear and out of the other multiple times, all the time, majority of the time. Oh no.
Yeah.
Nah.
So I
Cool.
think as men, go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm saying I'm cool.
Yeah, I think as men, we tend to overlook that a lot because a lot of time it goes back to the, you know, don't cry, whatever else. A lot of us are wired from an early age to feel like it don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our us expressing ourselves or our emotions, our feelings. So it's kind of like ain't nobody gonna care anyway. If I tell you I'm having a bad day or whatever, you're a man. You supposed to, you know, hey, suck it up and drive on.
Listen, I was in the house with my paw man for quite some time, dog.
Mhm.
So, you know, I saw it don't matter what was going on. He didn't always, I'm sure he didn't do the best at showing emotion because he didn't show any, right? Because obviously what he was taught. But when he spoke, shit, you better listen. You better listen good. Because he ain't going to say it but one time. Right? So, yeah.
All right. Chaiye, you got anything to say to our listeners, our watchers, our viewers, whatever, before we get up out of here? And thank you for joining us. I appreciate it
so much.
Of course, this was actually fun. I was a bit nervous. I had never, really done a podcast, so I don't really do public speaking. It's in this format. I know it's still going to, a lot of ears. This was actually fun. I enjoyed it. I thank you guys for having me. And yeah, listen, whenever y'all want to have conversations, I'm there.
You're more than welcome back.
This is fun.
Well, as always, man, shout out to you, big dog, for keeping this thing afloat. Again, Chaiye, thank you so much for coming on. I know we spoke last week about you coming on, and we had a conversation or a debate about a question, and I said, you know what, I had an aha moment, and I'm just like, you know what, come on the pod, man, because I'm sure, there's, in my mind, I didn't tell you, but I'm sure it's so many women that feel the way you felt about said topic. So again, thank you so much for coming on and gracing us with your presence. Again, big dog, thank you for doing what you do, man. Keep this thing afloat. Unapologetic Nation, we appreciate you. I appreciate the home team. Shout out to my family. And as always, mental health is real. Myself and Reggie and Chaiye, we may not be subject matter experts when it comes down to it, but I can assure you, before you harm yourself and you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic the Podcast on our Facebook and or IG, or our individual IG and or Facebook. And I can assure you, we'll get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
And once again, Chaiye, I appreciate you. Dre, you already know what time it is with you. Keep this thing going. Shout out to my family, my babies. Once again, congratulations to you, Passion, on your engagement. Man, this surreal time is flying, dog. My daughter will probably be married next year. My youngest daughter is about to be a junior at VCU. Time is just flying. She's moving out. Actually, she's moving out off campus to get her own apartment as we speak. Because juniors kind of get the back end of everything. They freshman, sophomore, and then juniors get the leftover scraps, and of course seniors. But yeah, so that's kind of exciting because this is actually her first time, living. Well, she have a roommate, but living by herself, outside of campus, and then whatever else. But that's exciting. But I appreciate everything that y'all do. Like, share, subscribe. Continue to tap in with us. And hey, keep your head on the swivel. It's dangerous out there. Thank y'all for tuning in. And like, as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. We will see y'all next week. We out of here.
Take it easy.
Peace.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.